Hello. So I'm experimenting with lighting, and notice emotions here and experiments out here like biology, chemistry, science. So that is two different ways to do the same handshake. Okay, so what we are discussing today is about what happened with the young man named I want to spell it right, Carmelo Anthony. And if you don't know the story, in North Texas, at a track, this is a race, a track. So you can even, if you want to do a running race, at a track meet, you can, I'm doing meeting, or you can say just a running race. You could say that too. It's not really, it's a meet, but it's not a meeting. You know what I'm saying? So this is competition or a race. So a running race. So at the track meet, at the school, um, this Mr. Anthony, he had brought a knife to school. And so there was a tent from another school, and he went in there, and it was a boy named Austin Metcalf. And so, because it was a rivalry school, so you could say it's the opposing team, they asked him, hey, what's up? Why are you in here? Anyway, this young man, he shoved him and he shoved back. And then he brought out his knife out of his backpack and he stabbed him. So the Austin, I can't even spell today. Hang on a second. Now something came up on my screen. Austin died because of that. And so they arrested him, and you could do arrest either this way or they put handcuffs on him. But this is really mostly the sign for arrest. So they arrested him, but I've seen arrest, they put handcuffs on him, or they put handcuffs on him the same way. So if you see any of these three ways, it still means arrest, but this is arrest where this is the person and they come and get him. And he was in jail, and they've had his trial. So that's where the court, you have the F hand shapes and they go back and forth because justice. So when you see the scales and they're weighed, and that's the sign for justice or court. A judge would be this. You could even have your hand up and have the hammer. And I've also seen it with just the hammer. So he had a trial with a jury. Now you can spell jury, or you can say 12 people. And the reason why most of the time I see it done twice is because normally the jury sits like there's 6 people here and then there's 6 people here. So the second row. So you can say jury 12, right? And so today the jury was in deliberations. Deliberations is when they think, and discuss. This can be deliberate to deliberate your thinking, but a jury is going to think, think. You can do your think any kind of style or accent that you want, and I would add the discuss because they discussed it. All 12 of them discuss, right? So they didn't argue, they just discussed. They may have argued, but that's what you do. So deliberations is think, discuss. And then they decided. Now, many times in English, we'll say they were found in whatever, either not guilty or guilty. So in sign language, that doesn't really work because then you found it. It's like, oh, I was looking for something and then I found it, right? I found it. And so whatever they decided is not they found him. We say it in English, but in ASL, because we need more conceptual clarity, we would say that the jury deliberated and decided, right? They decided that Anthony, I know that's the last name, Anthony was guilty. And this is a G handshake, and it's right here, guilty. Guilty. They had choices. Jury had two choices. The first choice, and so you could do this way, but because I already did this and there's two choices, I'm going to go ahead this one. So the first choice was, you could say it was manslaughter, and that means he died, but that person didn't mean to kill, right? That's manslaughter. Or they could say, no, he went in there and he went in there to the tent, he arrived, and he wanted to kill somebody. So he started a fight. So that would be in the first degree. First degree murder. So this jury decided that Anthony was guilty of first degree murder. So the next step would be the sentencing. And of course, this is sentence in ASL, but of course, that's not what we mean in ASL. What we mean in ASL is, what is his punishment, right? What is his sentence? What's his punishment? What's his punishment? So he's going to be sent to jail for how long? And that punishment phase has not begun yet. Not yet. I need to move back. But I have my little black little thing, and if I go backwards anymore, it might fall down. So not yet. Not yet. So that punishment phase, they will decide if he gets life or 99 years. The 99 years means that he would be able to get, parole, possibly. But he can get up to life. I don't think they're doing the death penalty. So penalty, punishment, is just all the same. And it's just your index finger. So we need to continue to watch and find out and learn, what is his sentencing. What will he be doing in the Texas prison system? So anyway, I thought that because this was going on today, and it would be good conversation, people will be, if they're talking about it, I was going to say they will be talking about it, and then I decided if they're talking about it. But many people are talking about this subject. They are very concerned about someone so young, and so you can read about it. And so practice the signs and try to think about, if you were talking with a deaf person, would they really understand what you mean? So that'll be your good practice and your homework. So I will see you later. Bye.